Alright guys, we're out here setting some foothold traps for some coyotes, and I want to explain real quick why this is going to be a good area on where you should set your foothold traps. So you come on with me real quick. You really want to check for good coyote sign. You want to check for droppings, you want to check for good trails like we have right here. We know there's coyotes in the area and they're using these trails to go up and down looking for rabbits. So we're going to set a trap on this trail, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. We're going to set our trap right here by this coyote trail, and we're going to do probably the most used trapping setup in the world for foothold traps. That's going to be a dirt hole set. So we're going to start out with our dirt hole set with a little bit of backing. And I think this kind of big bunch of grass right here is going to be a great backing. I'm going to go in with the auger to make our first dirt hole. After we got our hole drill that we're going to put our bait down in, you really need to dig a good surface to place down your trap right next to the dirt hole. Ideally, you do it with a place with less grass, but you kind of got to dig up the grass and really want to make a show, something for those coyotes, a visual for them to see but before they really smell the bait. So as they're traveling along this trail, they think stuff is torn up, ripped up, and then they're going to get that scent. So we keep digging, try and get this really dug out, because as that coyote comes in, it's going to smell. It's going to dip its face right here. It's going to start trying to dig in this dirt hole that we're going to put the bait in. And then as it steps down, this is where our foot trap is going to be. Alright guys, so we're going to take our super stake that's attached to our MB550. And we're going to drill this thing into the ground. You want to do it kind of right offset of where you're going to place the trap, because I don't really like to bunch everything up right beneath. But give her a whack. Once you got that stake drilled down, kind of give it a tug. You know that anchor's going nowhere. Now you got your anchor anchored in, you got your trap set. You want to go ahead and really put it down in there, move your chain out of the way. But you really want to grab on the side and really come in here and bed that trap in there. The last thing you want is your coyote to come in, step on the sides, and that trap move. That coyote's gonna whip out of there. He's not gonna want anything to do with this anymore. So you got to really make sure your trap is bedded down in there so you don't scare the coyote off. It's a good idea to get a pan cover, some parchment paper like I got, or some wax paper. Crumple that up, and you want to put it over your pan so you don't get any dirt that gets in there when you sift over, that gets underneath the pan, that doesn't cause the trap to go off whenever the coyote steps on it. So we're going to put that right there on top of the trap. We're going to get it all out of this dirt. Really just sift on over this. Dirt or cow patty. Jane wanted in on the action. Okay, so now that you got your set done, you're gonna bait it. So you take a little twig, get you some good, great smelling bait. Pull on out of there. use that twig to really get it down up in there. Drop it in the back of your dirt hole. So that's gonna be our bait. Then we're gonna put out some lure. So I've got this lure from Trap Shed Supply Co. It's called Canine Curiosity. It does great. It's really gonna lure them in from a little bit away, get them attracted, knowing that there's coyote sign in here. And put it right on top of your backing. Careful, this stuff is potent. And that is a completed set. So what it is that coyote's going to come in, be curiosity or be curious with the lure. He's going to smell that bait and want to start digging in that bait and going to put his hand right there. And we're going to see him in the morning.
Alright, so we're choosing this spot right here because if you look around, we've got a four-way intersection, which is pretty good. There's a lot of animals crossing in this area, and if you look right here, this is a really heavy trail and they're going up in there. And so we're hoping we can get a coyote or a bobcat right here when they're either going that way or coming here and they'll sniff something. So we're going to drill in for our little hole to set the trap. Alright, so we got the hole drilled. Now we're going to dig out to where it looks like something was digging in here. Just this whole area, get it. Oh. Alright, so now we got the trap set. We're going to get a little bit of bait in there. So we got some coyote bait. It's disgusting, but get a big glob of that, like about that much. And I'm just going to shove it in that hole as deep as it'll go. And then we'll do some lure. Be sure to change your gloves from what you were using to prep the trap. Now for the lure, we're using some Canine Curiosity. Same thing, get a little stick, dip it in there, and you're just going to kind of paint around that hole. That'll get the coyote or bobcat curious and coming over here. And then we'll just leave a little stick right above there, just like that. And you got a trap.
Looks great. Alright guys, so we just pulled up. We're running our trap line today. We've got 3 coyote sets that we set yesterday that we need to check. And we set 6 coon traps, some DP, little coon cuffs. So we just pulled up to the property. We're gonna load everything up in the buggy, and this is really gonna be our last day. So we're only trapping one day. We're trying out this new place for the weekend. So we're gonna pull traps as well as check them. So it's brand new. We never trapped out here, but y'all stay with us to see what we got.
We got our first coyote. Let's go.
First trap we ever set.
Look at him. All right.
Let's go.
Yo, we got another one right up here at the other trap we set. Pulling up on him. This is the second one Garrett had set. Little coyote right there.
Double.
That's 2 for 2.
All right, guys. We have a coyote in the trap down the way, and we got this big coyote right here. This is a Texas Gulf Coast coyote. So we got a full pad catch on our MB 550. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of them, and we'll keep going down the trap line. This is awesome.
All right, y'all, so this is technically our first coyote, but we went up and checked the other one first, but this one's a lot smaller than that one y'all just saw, but still 2 for 2.
All right, guys, so this is the first trap that we set yesterday. Literally our first trap ever on this property. We got a little coyote out there. The big one that we caught down the way isn't as pretty on this one, but that one's really big. This one might be a female right here. But we're gonna go ahead and get her taken care of and get on the trap line. All right, our 2 first coyotes on this new property. These are actually the 2 first coyotes we've caught down here in the Texas Gulf Coast, and they're 2 buttes. It looks like it's actually 2 females, one pretty old female and one pretty young one, but nonetheless, we're gonna skin these up, work on getting them to the tannery, and it's just a great day controlling the coyote population down here in the Texas Gulf Coast.